Hello, good morning or good evening. I'm Totk and welcome to today's video. For today, I'm here to show you guys how to build this first-person TIE fighter build I came up with. For the body itself, we're going to be using the light rate elevator rails from the right leg depot and then 2 hot air balloons. Now, one downside is this vehicle isn't very fast, but it does control really well. Let's hop into it to show it off. Now, as I mentioned before, if you center the camera behind Link, it will put it in first person like so. And you'll be able to see how well this thing can control. With the 2 sets of diagonal fans on the back, it does turn left and right really well, though it doesn't go especially fast, which is fine for something like this. With this out of the way, let's get into how to build it. To start with, we're going to be working on the frame for this vehicle, which for that, we're going to head to the right leg depot to break off some elevator rails to make the base of this. Alright, and now that we're over in the right leg depot, I'm going to show you guys how to break off these elevator railings. Now, I do recommend going a bit further in, like where I am now, so that way you have 2 of them that you can build with. So to start, we're going to show you how to break them off, which we're going to need at least 2 stabilizers, but I tend to use 3. Now that we have these 3 stabilizers dropped out, what we're going to have to do is we're going to come over here to the elevator, shake it real quick to knock the fans off. Then we're going to grab a stabilizer, take it, flip them horizontally, and then glue the heads to the outside of the railing like so. And then repeat the same on the opposite side with 1 more. You're going to take the last one, orient it in the same direction, except you're going to glue it to the inside of the railing this time. And then you just activate the railing and it should snap right off. Like so. And with this, you have your elevator railing. Now this is a really light piece that you can build a lot with, but like I said, for today we're going to be using it to build the body of our TIE fighter. Now with 1, let's speed through getting the other one real quick. 1, 2, and 3. So with that, we're going to activate this one again to break this one off. And like that, we have our railings. So we're not going to need any of these stabilizers, so I'm just going to grab these and I'm going to head a bit further into here where we have more room to work with. So we're going to start by building the body of this vehicle, and then once we get the frame assembled, we'll head back topside to finish assembling it and putting it together. So to start, we're going to take 1 piece, lay it horizontally like so, then we're going to take the other one. We're going to try and line it up in the middle, turn it sideways like so, and we're just going to try and glue it as centered on there as we can. That'll work perfectly for what we're going for. So from here, I'm going to come over here with auto build and I'm going to recreate it really quickly. Alrighty. So now we're going to take this piece, we're going to lay it over here, and we're going to glue the other ones to it real quick to make 1 wing. There we go. Put that one there. And then we're going to take 1 and put it on the other side. There we go. And like so, we'll have most of the body of our wing so far, so let's recreate that with auto build. And if you want the lazy way to reattach this, what I suggest you do is break this one off right here. Then we're going to take this one and we're going to attach it like we did the first time. So I do recommend trying to line these up as close as you can to put it in the middle. This looks about right. So then let's tip it over and see what we got. There we go. We have the body of our TIE fighter for the most part. Now this is the frame we're going to build around with the rest of it. And since I made it, I can now recreate it with auto build like so. It's just going to take, how much was that? 21 ore to remake it? Yeah, we're just going to need 21 ore to remake it. So let's head back up to the Hudson construction site to finish throwing this thing together. Now that we're back over here at the Hudson construction site, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use auto build to recreate the frame really quickly. There we go. Now I'm not actually sure where you'll find a hot air balloon basket in the overworld and in the map itself. I've always made mine with auto build, and the easiest way to do this is to drop out a balloon for you to recreate the auto build hot air balloon basket. So with 1 balloon dropped out, we're going to use auto build, and then we're going to go up to the schematics, and it's the second one here with the hot air balloon. And like you can see, this throws it together. Now we're going to use 2 of these for the rest of the body of our TIE fighter to get the rounded design and help get this, like, since this part is what you'll see through, to help mimic the cockpit view. So now we're going to take this, tilt it sideways, and we're going to try and glue it centered on here. Here we go. There we go. That actually looks pretty good. So from here, now that we've got this attached, we're going to break this we're going to break the balloon off of the hot air balloon basket, and we're going to recreate another one real quick. There we go. Then we're going to take this and we're going to glue it on the other side, and we're going to try and mirror what we did with the first one to try and make it as symmetrical as possible. There we go. That actually looks really good. So with this, we can remove this, and we don't really need this anymore. Now, with the pieces that we have over here at the Hudson construction site, I'm going to run over here. I'm going to grab the steering stick and these two fans real quick, because these should be the only other pieces we'll need from here. Alright, now that we have these, let's run back over here. There we go. So, for a total amount of fans you'll need for this, I've gotten it down to 6 at the minimum, but if you want to run weapons and you want it to control really well, I do recommend 8, though feel free to experiment with the amount and the positioning of your fans to see what works well for you guys. Now, the easiest way for me to start assembling this, we're going to say this side right here is going to be the front side. So we're going to start with the first fan, which we're going to take, and we're going to flip it upside down, and we're going to try and insert it in here until these railings catch it like so. Then when you glue it, it's going to level itself out. So then take your next fan and glue it to the bottom of that one. Or it might be easier to grab the rest of your vehicle and glue it to the fan, I suppose. Then from here, we're going to take 2 other fans and put them on either side of it. This will help your vehicle with like keeping its verticality in the air and helping to keep it level while flying. Plus, if you strap weapons to the front, this will help carry the weight of your weapons and help generate enough lift to keep it going. From here on the back end, I'm going to recommend we do the diagonal fans again since they help a lot with control. So I'm going to make 1, and then I'm going to just auto build with the other 2 to remake the other one. So from here, we're going to flip the vehicle around, and from here, what we're going to want to do is we're going to take these fans, and we're going to glue them on downwards and at an angle to this pole right here. And then we're going to try and make it as even as possible with them. So we got that one there, and then we're going to grab the other side and try and repeat it. So then we're going to take it. There we go. That looks good. And the final piece we're going to need to finish it off is we're going to take the steering stick. So from here, we're going to take the steering stick and we're going to try and glue it so that the steering stick gets attached to the base of where you would put the wood for the hot air balloon, like so. That's at an angle. So you don't want it crooked like this. You are trying to center it and like put it as level, or you're trying to get it as straight and centered on there as you can. Let's see if we got it that time. That looks good. So then how you'll get into it is you're just going to jump at it because this railing right here doesn't exist when you jump at it like so. So once you get in here, you're going to hop into the controls, then just center the camera and it'll go right into first person. From here, you can really strap whatever weapons you can to it while keeping within the build parameters, and if you want, you could even drop the back end of this vehicle off with a second hot air balloon basket and remove some of the fans if you wanted to cut down on the overall build limit. But as far as the chassis and the build itself goes, that's it for how you build this TIE Fighter build. Like I said, this is a first-person TIE Fighter. It controls really well. Like, it flies amazingly, even though it's not that fast. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you guys found it useful, and I hope to catch you around in the next video. Take care, everyone.